Alhamdulillah wa kafa wa salatu wa salam ala Mustafa wa alihi wa sahbihi wa man ittaqa. All praise belongs to Allah, and that's enough for a man to understand. And the salatu wa salam on the best of those sent, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the chosen one, and his companions and his friends and those who follow him until the last day. Everybody this week or last week has been hearing about the bailout, the what is it called? The financial bailout. Astaghfirullah, to get my mind right. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to mention what is the Islamic side, what is the Islamic view about this. As Muslims are going through the street and they may be talking about this, you need to know that one of the tricks of the shaitan, the shaitan, what does he want? بِالسُّوءِ وَالْفَحْشَاءِ وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. What the shaitan wants is that you do lewd things, evil and lewd behavior, and that you say about Allah what you don't know. So we want to say, what is the Islamic view with regards to this financial bailout and with this economic recession and what they call it? First of all, the Prophet ﷺ, stocks in and of themselves are a legal function in Islam. Stocks, the stock market is something legal. Why? Because the person puts forth his money, he gets what they call a sahm, a portion according to how much he put in. When that stock or that business goes up and gains money, that person gains money. When the stock goes down and loses money, that person loses money. However, bonds are not halal. Bonds are when you take your money and you put it into the bank, and not the bank, or the company. They buy this bond, let's say a $500 bond. You buy it for $500, and then it just sits there, and in 2 years or 3 years it matures, and then it comes back to you as $2,000. This is haram, because money and time is making money. This is riba. So stocks are legal, whereas bonds are not. That's the first thing we want to put forth. The second thing we want to put forth is that not all stocks are legal just because stocks are legal. It depends on what the company is doing. If the company is selling pork, then you cannot invest in that company. If the company is investing in something that is legal in Islam or permissible in Islam, then you can invest in that company. Now, the companies that they're bailing out, for the most part, are banks, insurance companies. These companies are considered haram in Islam. So there is no way that we could even support some type of bailout of this type of business, or even support this business by giving our money for it. That's the first thing. The second thing, even if it was a company that was a legal function in Islam, the Prophet ﷺ, when he was in Medina, was asked to intercede on the prices in Medina as the prices were getting high and the prices were going low. And they asked the Prophet ﷺ to intercede and make a ruling with regards to it. And the Prophet ﷺ, he refused. He said, "Ar-rizqu min Allah." He said, the risk is from Allah. He gives it to whoever he decides to give it to, and he did not enter into that thing. So we can draw from this principle that it is not upon the government to intercede in the acts of what is it, capitalism, as they claim. And in fact, when they do intercede, this country no longer, and it ceases to be a capitalist country, and it begins to become a socialist country. What does that mean? That means, and that some of the people that come from Eastern European, I see them nodding their head because they understand what that means. It means the government owns everything. We are now in a state of martial law almost. And you have to take part in some of these actions because it's part of nationalism. It's almost like that now. If they bail out the country, no more can America be deemed as a capitalist country. So I challenge you all to research what capitalism truly is and what socialism is in order to know more about what's going on here. Understand that no, the Islamic view is that it is haram for them to bail out this type of these companies, and it is not from the Sunnah that the Prophet ﷺ intercede on business transactions. A risk is from Allah. He gives it to whoever he wants. If they raise their price, that's their business. If they lower their price, that's their business. You don't have to buy. Okay? You don't have to buy. You can make hijrah in the world and find it where you can get some better prices. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم وأقيموا الصلاة.